Hello and welcome to day one of trading candlesticks. My name's Brian and I am going to attempt to become a profitable day trader. I have only kind of fake day traded in the past by kind of watching for the large stock losers of the day and then finding out why they lost and then trying to buy them at the low and just kind of hold them for some period of time, not really kind of in and out within a few seconds or minutes or during the same day in most cases. So why am I doing this? I am an entrepreneur. I've run several successful businesses and still do. And I'm kind of getting tired of the current business that I'm running. And so was looking for something to kind of reignite my passion. And I started getting ads for Surge Trader and other things on my Facebook page, kind of looked into it. And I was like, well, this is interesting that people are willing to give other people a bankroll essentially, and then let them trade with it. But it makes sense, I guess, if you can pass a test. But I don't really want someone else's bankroll at this point. I kind of want to understand what day traders are actually about, learn as much as possible, as fast as possible, and then see how I can perform and continually learn. My goal with this video and what will be a video series, I'm going to chronicle every kind of day and show results in real time so that if you are interested in doing this, you can also do this. I have a background in computer engineering. I've also been a professional poker player for 3 years, so the math and kind of the expected value and the risk reward, that's kind of already something I'm quite used to. So I'm hoping that skill set will come into play to help me become a better day trader even faster. So I'm going to just walk you through what happened in kind of my first day of actually trying to understand what day traders do. Somehow this particular video on YouTube popped up, and basically this person, I assume her name is Dasha. I watched the video. I'm not going to play it here. She basically is trading binary options on Quotex and is turning, starts with $10 and basically runs it up. I don't even remember. It was like 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, probably 7 trades or 8 trades in a row to actually turn $10 into 1,137. So she was just betting everything that she won, and basically just betting that, hey, in a minute, this will be a higher price or a lower price or something like that. And so I watched this video and it wasn't very instructional for me. It just seemed like she was showing one example of some amazing results that maybe didn't seem like you could repeat them every single time. It's kind of like playing blackjack and putting $10 on the first hand and then winning 7 hands in a row. So I watched that video, and then of course I started searching on YouTube and everywhere else, and I'm just going to walk you through exactly what happened because I didn't record my progress, and I decided afterwards that I really wanted to just share this and chronicle everything so that other people can learn in the same manner. So as I was searching, kind of the next thing I found was this guy, and he's definitely very cool, has a very good sense of humor and a nice tiger background as well. So his name is Daniel Inskeep. And so I watched this video basically of him trying to day trade with $1,000, and he was not doing binary options. He was essentially, obviously, just day trading based on, kind of trying to analyze candlesticks and patterns. And this video is a really fun watch. And so then, of course, I look at the playlist, and what do I get? I try day trading with, $1,000 again. I'm going to do him a favor and move him out of that crazy pose. Super entertaining. I really enjoyed watching his videos. So if you want to have a little bit of fun, go watch those 2 videos. I will link them in this as well, just so you can go check him out. I don't actually know him or anything like that. I just thought he was very good and had a good sense of humor. And a very realistic approach to kind of day trading. He wasn't sure he was going to make money, and I'll let you go watch the videos to find out whether he did. So then I watched this other video, and I'll do him a favor again as well. And he basically tried trading with a bot algorithm, and he went out and paid for a bot, which might be interesting in the future, but isn't really interesting now. But the video was quite interesting, and the potential results from this particular bot also seemed quite interesting. So I enjoyed those. And then kind of the culmination of my experience with Daniel's videos were really the pro day trader versus the amateur head-to-head challenge. So they both put some money in an account and day traded. And of course, as you might imagine, I will kind of spoil this one for you. The pro day trader totally beat Daniel. And it was pretty impressive what the pro day trader was actually able to do. And so I started getting a feel for what that day trader was looking for in just a very small chunk by watching this video. That just led to, okay, I have 100,000 questions to try and come up with answers to. And Daniel, I think somewhere in one of his videos, or someone else, I watched fragments of lots of videos. But this article that basically showed kind of all sorts of things like what's a supply zone, what's a demand zone, what are the different structures, and rally-based drops and drop-based rallies. And so this was a really good kind of overarching article on candlesticks and kind of understanding patterns, and with really great examples. And I wish the author was sitting right next to me, because I did have questions on, well, why is this count as a pattern here but not here? But obviously I didn't have that opportunity. So it's just questions for me to try and answer in the future. And then of course I got to the end of this article and found a link to, well, how do you draw supply and demand zones? And so then we learned about distal lines and proximal lines, and they are obviously reversed because one is above and one is below. But you learn about bases and demand zones, supply zones, candles, what constitutes, has actual criteria, which I really like. The engineering side of me is, how can we turn this into a process? So those are two great articles. I will also link those below so you can go check them out. And then, of course, if you're familiar with any day trading, I came across the trading channel, which has a ton of subscribers. And this gentleman is very articulate, did a very good job. I watched this whole video and it was very good. And there's definitely, surface level stuff that he's going into depth about. But then, at the end, he kind of add some complex structures around how to analyze candlesticks. And this was basically the only candlestick pattern trading video you will ever need, beginner to advanced. Obviously, you're going to need some more, but this was an amazing start. He did a great job. So that was fantastic to watch. I did learn a ton about kind of looking for the supply zones and the demand zones, and then watching for, the price of the, whatever you're trading to kind of come up, come back, and make different shapes, and then actually, what you would do and why you would trade those or why you wouldn't. So this was a great video. Definitely enjoyed watching that one. And then kind of finally, I went back and found another video from Daniel, who basically said how I finally transformed my day trading. And really what I've kind of seen both from this gentleman and this one. And sorry, I just, let me see if I can find his name, because I feel bad just calling him that. But I will find out his name for the next video. Both of those videos kind of focused on, here are the things both kind of mentally and technically for the day trading side that you would need to do. So that's kind of where I ended my video watching. And then this was technically on the 4th of December, getting close to about 11 p.m. my time. And I was like, all right, I'd really like to get some money on a site. And then it became this huge pain, because I had to get, the only way to get money onto the site that I ended up picking, which was Pocket Option, was to use some form of cryptocurrency to get it there. I don't know if that was just a glitch for the day, but so then I needed to go and buy some crypto and then transfer it. And there are all sorts of issues with this. So I was unable to get kind of as much money as I was liking on the site. My goal was to put $1,000 on the site initially, and then I ended up only getting $600 on, but I got a $300 bonus, but I need to trade enough in order to actually earn that, which is really similar to how it used to be when I played online poker, like on PokerStars or something like that, where you'd deposit $600 and they'd be like, hey, we'll give you $600 for free, but you needed to play so many hands in order to actually earn your bonus. So this is the same way. So you'll notice that my balance on the account when I show you actually says $900 plus. 300 of that is bonus money. I'm not really going to include that in terms of trading profit, but it is a nice bonus. Lots of sports betting sites, if you're in a state where that's legal, also have that kind of thing. So, and obviously as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just a guy who is pretty passionate about this and is going to try and demonstrate my ability to become a professional day trader and actually make money. And I guess technically I wouldn't be a professional because I'm not going to go get any licenses, but I'm going to try and be a profitable day trader, I guess would be a better way to say it. So I did get money on pocket option and I did start trading. I'm going to just kill these right here so that you can see this. And so really what happens if you don't know on pocket option is you basically pick a time frame, so whatever you want, and you literally can make it, whatever you would like. So if you want to do 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 8 seconds, you totally can. If you want to do 5 seconds, you totally can. And that seems to be the shortest amount of time you could go, but you could go hours and hours and hours. So I was generally sticking in the 30-second to about 7-minute window, just kind of based on what I was seeing. I was trading mostly foreign exchange. In fact, all foreign exchange, just kind of currency stuff. So you'll see here, this was US and Japan, and this was Europe and Great Britain. So, and then you either just pick, and this is a real account, so I'm going to not accidentally click on this because I'm not actually watching the chart. You would click higher or lower. So if I thought right now in the next 3 minutes, 3 minutes from now exactly, I thought the price was going to be higher based on this chart, I would simply click higher and it would mark a little arrow right here. And that would be, so it just popped up a dialogue saying the minimum time is 5 seconds. Stop clicking down on 5 seconds. So if I thought this was going to kind of be higher, I'd click higher, and then 3 minutes later, I would either get paid out. So you can see right here, the payout says plus 90%, so it'd be $9.50. You basically kind of risk $5 and you earn $4.50 as a profit. And kind of the same thing down here, you'll notice the payout is different. They're different on different currencies. I don't actually know why yet. And I can open this. If I had any open trades, they would show up here. There are signals, and so you can copy the signals and kind of see, okay, well, this signal basically said, well, someone else said, I thought it was going to go up in 47 seconds for this bottom chart. And from where they were currently in the money, and this person is not currently in the money. So I don't really have a great depth of knowledge about what these signals mean or where they're coming from, if they're just other traders, et cetera, but I will figure that out over the coming days and weeks. What else? I think the only other thing is there's all sorts of lines you can draw on here. And in case you're just completely new to day trading, these are candles, and this is the body of the candle where you see the thick part and then the wicks stick out the top. Let me see if I can just find a nice, like this is clearly a red wick out of the top of this candle of the body, and there's a little tiny red wick on the bottom. And so basically what that means is this is a red candle, so the price was going down during this period, and I have this period set to be 1 minute. So every one of these candles is 1 minute in time. So as an example, you can see this candle that's moving. Let me move there we go. You can see this candle that's currently moving. And right now the price is right here. It entered right here and then it went down. And so you can see the wick of that candle right there is kind of where it was. But then it went back above the place where it opened during that minute. And right now it's fluctuating. And so if it goes up high and comes back down, you'll see a wick just like that. And so like in this one behind it, it opened right here. At some point it went down as much as this, came back up, was as high as this, and closed, technically closed, right? It's still open, but it didn't close for the day. It's still closed out and then moved to the next minute. It opened here, went up to here, went down to here. And so you can see how fast some of this fluctuates, but you can also see that this is indeed, 0.86080. So we're 5 decimal places out, and that's why it's kind of fluctuating very quickly as it's moving, 1/10,000th of a point very, very quickly. Whereas this is obviously, moving from, 132.4 to 132.2, something like that. So like 0.2 points. So that is kind of what happened. And then I decided to place several bets. My first bet that I placed, all of my bets so far, all of my trades have been $5. I will probably interchange the word bet because it is in some form a bet that it will be higher, since I can't determine when I want to get out, like I will be day trading on another platform very shortly. But this is basically, place the bet. The very first bet I lost, of course. It was very close. And then I won on kind of during that night, because it really was early this morning, because it's not yet midnight again here on the 5th of December. So all of my trades have literally taken place in the last 24 hours. And I'll kind of show you what the results of that look like. So I did 24 trades. 63% of them were profitable. So I think that's great. It's one day of trading and it's 24 trades. So, we'll see as time goes on. I don't actually know what hedge turnover means. But basically my trading profit was $19.60, and my min trade and my max trade were $5. And this shows you kind of the trades on which assets I actually traded. So as you can see, if you look right here, this is my real account and my real account balance. So $919.60. That is the $19.60 of profit, and then obviously I deposited $600 plus the $300 bonus. That brings us to $919.60. So that is really the kind of end of day one. I may actually make a few more trades tonight, but I am actually quite tired because I was up several hours in the early parts of the morning. So at this point, I'm probably going to call it a night, but I wanted to get this video made on my actual day one of my first trade. And my plan is to kind of, like I said, chronicle the rest of the journey. So with that, I'm going to wish you guys all a good night or a good morning or a good afternoon whenever you're watching this video. Please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe. We're going to have some awesome content and things are only going to get better. We're also going to be on multi-platforms and we will have all of that fun stuff coming, but I really just wanted to get started. So nothing fancy. I don't have a bunch of links to Twitter and Facebook and all the other kind of social media platforms that I will probably post to, but this is the start. So welcome and congrats for being here for the very first video. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.